What is up? How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? If you are new here, I am Raina Swan, aka Big Raggedy, aka your book bestie. Okay, and it's just vibes over here, strictly vibes. Some horror, some thriller, a little YA, a little urban fiction, a little family drama, all in the mix of all of that. And I'm glad you're here. So it is December 30th, and we've made it this far, and it's been a wild ride. It has been a wild ride. This is my first year back on YouTube. Let's just break down all the things I'm just so grateful for. So I'm grateful to be back on YouTube. I'm grateful that I discovered Bookstagram, the Bookstagram community this year. Not discovered because I knew you guys were out there, but I never thought to actually participate. But I'm super grateful that I did because this has been a great reading year for me. And even though I've read a lot of books and I only have a few 5-star reads, it's okay, because this year taught me what I really enjoy reading and what I don't. And before I joined Bookstagram, I was deeply involved in Book Talk. And I feel like on Book Talk, the people over there, they read popular books. They read popular authors. While Bookstagram, you guys do read popular books and authors, but you guys really focus on what you love and what you enjoy, which has made me focus on what I love and what I enjoy. So because of that, I had a really good time reading this year. I read 132 books this year, and only 26 of them were 5-star reads. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like this year has really been like the trial and error year for me, and it's also been the novella year for me. I never read novellas until this year, and after joining Bookstagram. So I don't know, Bookstagram just brought me a lot this year. You guys have really blessed me this year. So going into 2025, we're still on the same hype, focusing on what we enjoy, what we love, and I'm excited. Okay, so I told y'all in the last video that I am going to shoot for 150 books as a book reading challenge for 2025. But on Goodreads, I'm going to be a little funny, and I'm only going to say that I'm going to be reading 25 books. Don't ask me why. Because really, does it matter how many books you read? No. As long as you're having fun and you're enjoying it, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm just putting 25 books when I know in reality I'll reach that goal by February. So it's okay. My goal is going to be 150, but I'm just going to put 25 on Goodreads just for shits and giggles. So yeah, let's get into why you guys are actually here, which is to find out my top 5 lineup for 2024. Now, out of the 26, I only have 12 out of the 26. So let's get into it. First on my list, we have Upstate by Kalisha Buckhannon. I'm not going to go into detail about what these books are about because we will be here for all of an hour, and mama don't got time for that. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I enjoyed. I enjoyed the fact that this was a book solely based on letters and exchange. There wasn't really any personal front to front dialogue or incidents that was going on. These were all letters. So yeah, we got to figure out the lives of each character, the two characters that we were focused on through the letters. But I love that it was just a series of letters back and forth, back and forth. And the ending really tugged at my heart. And I was just like, it wasn't supposed to happen like this. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Like, y'all, the book had me in a kerfuffle. It had me in a blender. It had me in a chokehold. And I did the audiobook, and I did not realize that the male character, the male narrator, is the late, great Chadwick Boseman. And y'all know I like to read my books on 1.50. So it wasn't until I finished the book that I realized that it was Chadwick, because I could not I could not recognize his voice because I had it on full speed. Y'all, I was like, wait a minute, that was Chadwick? Like, yeah, girl, that was Chadwick. I'm like, okay. I completely missed that moment. But yes, if you can get the audio, I say get the audio. But if you are a physical book person, then by all means do the physical. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, okay? And you get to find out whether our main male character killed his father or not, okay? So look that up. Okay, so next on the list, we just gonna talk about both of these since it's a series, and y'all know I am not a series person. So, and I'm gonna keep talking about this book up until 2065, okay? So we have the Heartbreak You series by Johnny Sherry. We have Heartbreak You and Heartbreak You the finale. Let me do it like this. So, listen, y'all know I don't do series. I just said that. But there is something about books that takes place on college campuses that I love. Probably because I didn't go to that HBCU like I really wanted to and should have did when I was younger. But I'm just reliving my dream through these books, and that's okay. But I loved the friendship dynamics in these books. I loved how the characters held each other down in these books. I loved that the characters were imperfect, and you know, that's what made for the great plot that it was. I love that even though it doesn't read like an urban fiction, it has some an urban fiction essence in it. And I just love these covers. The covers eat down. Now, she did release some new covers for these books, but I was just like, y'all, I'm feeling the old covers, okay? And you can find these on Kindle Unlimited and just eat them up. And two of the characters in these series and these books have their own books. They're standalones that I'll be getting into the upcoming year. I'm nervous because, like, you know, once you complete a series, that's it. That is it. So I definitely could see myself rereading these in the future. I've never reread a book. I'm lying. But normally I don't reread books. I feel like the only books I've ever reread was Fly Girl and The Coldest Winter Ever. But other than that, I typically don't reread books. So I could see myself rereading these in the future. So yeah, next on my list is What We Found in Hallelujah. I do have that. Okay, so I love this book because of the family drama. You know, I'm all about the drama in fiction, not in my life. Don't come over here with that mess. Okay? But I love the family drama. I love the twist. The mama is gonna piss you off if you decide to pick this up. This gave me what I needed when I needed it, okay? So, like I said, we're not getting into what it's about. Just know that it's a juicy family drama with some twist, and it's gonna make you mad just a little bit. But yeah, would I consider this a slow burn? It can be considered a slow burn if you're not a slow burn person. But yeah, I think I did the audiobook on Libby. So yeah, check it out. Let's see. The Landlord by Brandon Massey. This was my first year being introduced to Brandon Massey, and I really enjoy his books, even though his male characters typically piss me off. But The Landlord was a really good book with a lot of twists. But like I said, for what we found in Hallelujah, The Landlord will upset you, and it will make you question, why is y'all staying in this house? Like, y'all. So I loved how it was so suspenseful, and I loved how you just did not know how these people were going to get out of this lease. It was a mess. It was crazy. If you're looking for a thriller that feels like a horror, that feels like a horror novel, then this is it. Okay, The Landlord is it. A wild time. So What the Woods Took was an arc for me, and surprisingly a 5-star read. Come on, 5-star read. Now, what I learned from reading this book is that I love books that have shape shifters. I love creature features. I love the creepiness of it, and I love this so much. I loved how this book not only gave you horror, but it gave you emotion. It pulled you in and made you feel for the characters or whatever. And I still think about this book. So check this out. I got y'all pens and y'all papers out, because we're not done yet. We only on book 5. Okay, so next on the list is A Mask of Flies. And I do not own this book, but this might be in my top 5 faves from this year. A Mask of Flies. Now, I don't know if it's number 1. I don't know if it's number 2. I ain't thought about it too much. But when anybody asks me about a horror, or when I see, when I see people mention horror novels, I immediately think of A Mask of Flies. Now, is it extremely unnecessarily long? Yes. Yes. But will you enjoy it? Yes, you will. Now, you will get to the 80% mark and feel like, okay, when is this going to end? But it picks back up at the end. And I'll just give you a warning. Read it and just enjoy it. Please. Please, please, please. It's like a crime fiction / horror / cult / it's just a lot going on. Okay, so pick it up, read it, enjoy it. Okay. Next on my list is Cousins, All We Got Is Us by Selena Haskins. I definitely have to order this copy from Selena. We are booze and friends over on Bookstagram, and she is in the process of writing book 2. I don't know if I should have said that or whatever. I don't know if that was a secret, but she is in the process of writing book 2, and I'm excited about it. She did reach out to me, Dee and Kim, and asked us what we thought the next book should be about. Like, where do we want to see the cousins and stuff from, like, where they left off. And I gave some ideas. I don't know if Dee told her what I had said, but I hope he did. But Dee a little funny acting, so I don't even know if that lady got the message. She should have just messaged me, because girl, I'll help you out. But yeah, I really enjoyed the family dynamic. I enjoyed the family drama. I enjoyed the twist. Broke my heart, made me cry. If there was ever a time we was buddy reading and we was crying, this was it. This was a time where we was coming together heartbroken, because it was just so sad. So sad. So I would say definitely check that out if you're looking for a juicy family drama that feels so familiar and so nostalgic. So definitely check that out. I believe we read this on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, head over to Kindle Unlimited, or you can buy from Selena personally and she'll sign your book and whatever, you know, support your indie authors. Yeah, so next on my list is Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. This was my first S.A. Cosby book and I absolutely enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fathers in this book. I enjoyed the humor in this book, and I definitely enjoyed the action in this book. And I'm pretty sure this is probably everybody's favorite S.A. Cosby book. I don't know. I'm waiting for it to become a series, a movie, or something. Somebody needs to get that man a movie deal, like ASAP, because how 50 Cent in his little book Accomplice get a whole little TV show deal? Well, it's because it's 50 Cent, he's a producer, but he needs to get with S.A. Cosby, and they need to come together and create the best freaking movie or TV series there ever was. I could see him teaming up with 50 Cent and just making something out of this world. So I'm crossing my fingers and speaking that into existence for 2025 for S.A. Cosby. He needs a movie deal. Next on my list is an arc, Isaac's Song by Daniel Black. I'm not gonna start crying. This took me on an emotional roller coaster that y'all already saw firsthand, and I will forever be grateful for Isaac's Song, for how it transformed the way I view family, forgiveness, and love. So shout out to Dr. Daniel Black. I even DM'd that man. Well, I didn't DM him. He saw my review and he was like, oh, this really made my morning. Thank you so much. I was like, I just want to thank you for doing the work and just blessing people with your pen and really transforming lives. And he was like, oh, that just made my day. I was like, oh, thank you. Can I get an autographed copy? Can I just get a little autograph card? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't ask that man that, but I should have. I should have like, can I get a free book? Since you like my review so much. Spare change. Like, okay, lady, get out my DM. Next on my list is a novella by Eric Jerome Dickey. This might be my favorite Eric Jerome Dickey book, and I haven't even scratched the surface of that man catalog, but because it's not a romance and it is so unhinged, I enjoyed every bit of it. And it made me wonder, like, why you didn't write more thriller books? Like, you was in your bag when you wrote this, Eric. You was doing your thing. The humor, just the comedy, the craziness of it all. Okay, I enjoyed it so much. And I think it was like $2 as on it was like $2 for an ebook. So I spent the coin, got the book, and read it, and I really enjoyed it. And I've been telling people to read it ever since. So definitely check that out. And then next on the list is My Darkest Prayer by S.A. Cosby. Now, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna just say that I really don't remember what I loved about this book. I don't remember what happened in this book. All I know is the man handled the bodies. He handled the bodies. That's all I remember. That's it. I don't know. We're gonna move on because this video getting long. Yeah, so next on my list is Mrs. Wiggins by Mary Monroe. Mrs. Wiggins was crazy. That lady is not somebody you want to cross. If you are looking for a book with an unhinged, crazy female main character, this is it, and it shocked the hell out of me. I was not expecting to like the book Mrs. Wiggins, and I don't care how good the book is, until Mary Monroe changed that cover, I will not be buying it. The cover looked crazy. It's giving Sunday Best. I don't like the cover. Absolutely hate it. So that is why I don't have the physical, but I really enjoyed that book. Next on the list is Hell of a Book by Jason Mott. You guys have heard me talk about this book before, and what I really enjoyed about this book is that it made me question reality. Like, is what I'm reading actually going on, or is this man imagining it? I could not tell. And I like books that make me question like my own sanity. Like, hold up, is this man really imagining this little boy, or is this little boy really there? So definitely check this out. Check it out. I don't feel like people talk about this book enough, so I'm gonna keep talking about it till everybody else starts talking about it. So there's that. Next on the list is Hidden Pictures by Jason Arukalak. And the twist, y'all, ate it up. Well, the whole book, I ate it up. I really loved the fact that we start off with a character who is going through her own set of problems, and you don't really know if you can trust her or not because of her history. So off the bat, I enjoyed that. And then I enjoyed the ending. I was not expecting it. Out of all the ways the book could have turned out, I was not expecting it to turn out how it turned out. This was excellent. If you have not read this book, if you have not gotten the physical and seen the crazy pictures that the illustrator of this book did, get into it. This was nuts. This what a time was being had with little Teddy. I think, yeah, little Teddy. Yeah. Get the book. Next on my list is Don't Cry for Me by Daniel Black. This is the prequel to Isaac's Song, one of the first books I read this January, earlier this year, and I loved it. This is going to piss you off, and Isaac's Song is going to make you cry. So definitely loved this father. I didn't love the father, but I loved him telling his truth to Isaac in this book. So definitely check it out if you want something more heartfelt, gets a little deep or whatever. Get into this. Next on my list is The Black Queen by Jamada Emil, and I read this book this December. Absolutely enjoyed it. I kept seeing this book over and over and over again. I was like, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. I don't even know why I was saying I'm not reading that. I just was like, okay, whatever, okay. And finally I was like, okay, let's just read it. I got into it, got the audio, absolutely loved it. So I think I actually have that coming in the mail tomorrow. I have enough books, but I just keep buying books, and it's really getting out of hand, y'all. It really is. But I love the characters, and I loved how the kids in the story felt real. I loved it so much. If I Lose Her by Brianne Somerville. This is a psychological thriller that's gonna make you question the characters in the book. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I was like, give me the baby. Let me take care of the baby. Because clearly, y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't got it all together. But I know what to do. Give me the baby. Y'all, read this book. I read this back in February. I believe it was an ARC that I received from NetGalley. But when I tell you I gobbled and nibbled that ebook up, I was reading like I was in a race. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Okay, The Reformatory. Now, a lot of y'all are not gonna vibe with this because because a lot of people did say this was a 5-star read, but because of the length, it can feel daunting. It can feel like a drag. It could feel like, girl, you could have wrapped this up halfway through. Like, it was a lot. But I gave it 4 stars because I'm like, for the amount of detail in this book and the character development in this book, the side character development in the book, you have to have some type of mastermind, creative mind to even come up with something like this and keep me engaged for freaking 570 something pages. Like, why is it so long? But it's so needed in the literary world. So definitely check that out if you want to do like physical or ebook mixed with a little audio on the days where you just don't feel like picking it up because it's heavy, literally and figuratively. Definitely do that. Next on the list is a book that I just finished last night. It's called I Kill Killers by S.T. Ashwin. Yeah, I loved the banter in this book. I love the dialogue. The FBI agents in this book are so hilarious. Like, I was giggling while reading it. It was a really good time. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I'm gonna get into book 2 probably the 3rd week of January. Next on my list is Only for the Week, one of many of everyone's favorite romances. You guys know why I love this book. For my man, Rome. Okay, standing ovation for Rome. Okay, standing ovation. So get into it. I'm pretty sure we've all read that, so y'all should know why. The yacht scene. Sweetness in the Skin. I really enjoyed this book so much. I still think about Little Pumpkin. I read this book this month. Such a cute story, and I hope Pumpkin is doing so well in her fictional life. I'm wishing her all the best in Jamaica, so definitely get into that. House of Glass by Sarah Pekinen. I talked about this book so much on this channel, but I love the twist. I love the unreliable characters. Everybody's a suspect. Don't turn your back on nobody in the story, because nobody is safe. Okay, absolutely love the plot twist. Loved it. Okay. Passion for the Heist by Kwan. I don't own it yet, but I am gonna buy it in the upcoming year. It's just a little expensive. It's like $30. So yeah, but I will be buying it because he is coming out with book 2 in the summer, I believe. So I just enjoyed the whole Bonnie and Clyde theme. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the comeback of it all. Okay, so I enjoyed that. We're almost done here, but next on my list I have Don't Call Me Crazy by Octavia Grant, which is a novella, and I absolutely loved it. It was unhinged from beginning to end, and that's why we love Octavia. That is why. So if you have not read any of her work and you have Kindle Unlimited, get into it, because you're gonna be like, girl, what did I just read? All right, give me another one. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, girl, what the fuck is this? But all right, just give me the next one. That's how you gonna feel. And then I just finished Saturday, or was that Sunday? Yesterday was Sunday. Saturday, The Last Party by A.R. Torre. I don't know. The main character, she was a freaking nutcase, y'all. She was a nutcase. Absolutely crazy from beginning to the end. And you're going to be sighing and just so relieved once you get to the end, because you're gonna be like, oh my god, this has to end. Like, all of the lies, all the chaos, this gotta stop. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I want to start reading more of AR's books, because I'm hearing that she is a really good author. So I'm gonna be, or he or whoever this is a really good author. So I'm gonna be getting into more of their work in the upcoming months, kind of like, you know, what I did with Brandon Massey's books when I first discovered him earlier this year. Yeah, And last on my list is a book of satire. This book had me freaking cracking up, and it is a novella by Frida McFadden, and I did the audio, and it is called The Widow's Husband's Secret Lie. Now, if you're going to read this, I need you to turn your funny bone on. Okay, this is not a serious book. This is not a book that's going to give you, freaking conversation starter. This is not that. Okay, if you just want a book that is just definitely not unserious, and you just want to laugh and giggle and just something to brighten your day, check this book out, because you're gonna be like, this is so hilariously ridiculous. This is ridiculous, but I enjoyed it, and I use it as a palate cleanser after reading something dark or deep, something that needed to be cleansed. Okay, so I enjoyed it. And if you've read any of these books, did you rate them 5 stars? What was your top read for this year? Is there something that you think I should check out? Let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys are going to be safe tomorrow. I don't want to hear no bad news about y'all getting into no accident because you were drinking and driving. I don't want to hear no bad news about y'all getting into it with nobody at the club. Please be safe, okay? Be safe, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye. Happy New Year.